Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. I am creating cards with Debbie. It's the name of my page, my YouTube channel. And I am coming from Arkansas. I just lost my train of thought there for a minute. Must be a senior moment. Let's start all over. Okay, good morning. How are you today? My name is Debbie Foster, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. So grab a chair, grab your crafting needs, and let's get started. I'm going to start out with the housekeeping notes. We've got a little bit going on here, so let me bring those up. Okay, first we're going to talk about paper pumpkin. You have until Wednesday, the 10th of September to sign up for this one. But what it says design elegant cards with metallic foil and rich autumn imagery. And the name of this is Fall with Toil. I'm not sure how you would pronounce that. It says it makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, and it has coordinating envelopes, metallic foil details, and gross grain ribbon trim, pre-cut pieces, and printed sentiment labels. And the classic Stampin' Spot that you get with this one is going to be the Cajun Craze. So you might want to get signed up for Paper Pumpkin. Let me put that banner over here while we're talking about that, so you can see it. That's where you go to sign up for the Paper Pumpkin. And it's a month by month, or you can get 3 months prepaid or 6 months, whatever. But the monthly one, you have until the 10th of the month to cancel that one if you don't want to. I'd probably do it the day before, probably September 9th, if you wanted to skip a month. Okay, so along with this goes the dies. Let me see. Right here they are. And these coordinate with the July, August, and September. But there's some good dies in there that you can use without a stamp set or anything. So that's kind of cool. And the item number on that is 167277. And the cost of that is $12. Okay, I'm going to remove that one. Kind of slow today for some reason. Let's take that one down. Okay, and we've got 2 new kits coming out. Let me show those to you. I did put them on my Facebook page, but I don't know if everybody got a chance to see it. That was my water bottle popping. Okay, this first one is handmade and heartfelt kit, and it says, okay, kit includes one of each of the items listed, handmade and heartfelt stamp set. So you get the stamp set along with that. A card organizer, a clear stamp block, and Secret C classic Stampin' Spot. And it also includes step-by-step instructions. It has 10 printed card bases. Oops, I'm looking at the wrong one. Scratch that. That was for something else. Okay. But you can't really see the stamp set on there, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to my tabletop view, and we will show that to you. Give me a moment. Got to change cameras here. Well, okay, here we go. Okay, so here's the stamp set. It's the handmade and heartfelt kit is the name of it. And the item number on that I'll give to you in a moment. But this is the stamp set. Oops, not showing it. There we go. There's the stamp set. Got Hello Sunshine, Happy Birthday, Thinking of You, Wishing You the Best, To and From, and then Thanks So Much. So that's what's included with the stamp set that comes with that. And the item number is 166213. And the cost of that one is $32. But you get a stamp set included with that. So that brought the price up a little bit from our normal. Okay. And we've got Road to Christmas kit. And this one has 8 cards for 4 designs, so 8 cards, 2 of each then. It has step-by-step instructions, printed card bases, envelopes, pre-cut pieces, and printed sentiments, and it also comes with an adhesive. It says, create loads of holiday cards with the Road to Christmas kit. This vintage-inspired kit features a nostalgic Christmas truck packed with presents set against a scenic tree farm backdrop. And you can add festive stamps or heartfelt sentiments to deliver an extra helping of holiday happiness in every card that you create. So the price on this one is $14, so it's less expensive than that first one, but there's no stamp set that comes with that. So no, it's just the printed sentiments that come with it, so it doesn't come with a stamp set. Okay, so like I said, that one was $14. Item number is 166227. And you can shop for all of that in my store, which is scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. And in order to get the dies, you have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. So I didn't mention that. Let's bring up a different one. Okay, World Card Making Day, Stampin' Up. It says craft with us for free on October 4th. Okay, so that's next month. You've got time to register for that. So registration for this free event has already started. So you might want to go into my store and see if you can find it. If not, let me know and I'll guide you in the right direction. Okay. Okay, during this event, you will celebrate the art of card making, learn new stamping techniques, craft along with the presenters, and create beautiful, heartfelt cards that you can send out and connect with fellow stampers. Don't miss out on this opportunity to connect with friends who love crafting. This event is a good time to invite others so that they can see what Stampin' Up! Has to offer. All right. And registration ends, last day to register is October 3rd at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. All right, did I go through everything? I guess I did. Just checking my screen, make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. So back to our introduction, creating cards with Debbie, and you can find me either on Facebook or on YouTube. And let me bring my comments up here. Be sure you comment when you come on and say hello. And if you want, you can say where you're watching me from. Okay, Creating Cards with Debbie. It's my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. So it says you can email me at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. And we've got the website for shopping is scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. So you might want to check that out later. All right, so we're into our brand new mini catalog. This is mini catalog September to December 2025. So we can now open. So a little sneak peek here. I love this autumn paper. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm thinking I might. It shows them a little better down here. My camera not adjusting. There. Lots of good stuff in here. A lot of our stuff isn't in the catalogs. It's only online exclusives. So you might want to check that out while you're in my store. There's lots of new things that have been added. All right. So I think I've covered everything. Oh, and if you want to get your starter kit from Stampin' Up, it's only $99. And you pick out what products you want. Don't go over the $125 worth. Or don't go over $125 because it'll kick you back off. So you need to stay just a hair under $125 that you pick out. So that too can be, it's in the description of my video too, but here it is, the starter kit, $99, free shipping. If you have sales tax, you have to pay sales tax on your state. And you get everything that you're going to be needing if you want to run it as a business. But if you don't want to run it as a business and just sign up just to get your discount, so after your starter kit comes and you get your ID number, then all the orders after that, you get a discount of 20% starting out. So that's a little added bonus for saving a little money. We're all about saving money. Okay, so let's hide that one. Oops, I hid the wrong one. There we go. Creating cards with Debbie. Today's Monday, September 8th. Wow, it's already a week past in September already. Time flies. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be doing 3 greeting cards today. And let's see which one we want to start with. I think I'll start with this one. Let me get positioned here. Okay, so here's the card we're going to be making, but I'm going to change my colors up a little bit. This one had Berry Burst cardstock, and I'm going to be using the Strawberry Slush color instead. So it'll be just a little bit different. Well, I need more room here. So I'm using 2 different stamp sets on this. I'm using the Peace on Earth, which we're going to be using the sentiment right here. Big hugs for a good friend. And then for the flowers, we used Impressions Abloom bundle. Comes with all the dies. So let's get started. Get all my bits out of here so I don't lose anything. I've got a lot of the cutting I already did ahead of time, so you won't have to watch me do that. A couple of things here I need to slide out of here because it's got static cling in there. It's not coming out. All right, we got it. Here's the other card I made. This is using the Misty or Tim and Tiger. And then the cloud cover is for the flowers that I used. And on the inside. So let me get started with that. I'll put that aside. We don't need that no more. Hoping not to lose my little bits here. Okay. I didn't even put nothing on this side, so I'll have to do that later. All right. We're going to start out with our card base, which is our early espresso. And that's 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. And then it's scored in the center at 5 1/2. Let me bring my comments back up here. Okay. Get my bone folder and we'll burnish that fold line real good. And then I'm going to get a scrap of paper here because we're going to stamp some flowers all over this. So I'm going to use Early Espresso as our ink pad. And oops, I'm going to grab that stamp out of there. I didn't do that. Well, we're dropping things. Okay. Grab me a block over here. There, now I think I'm situated. Forgot that. Put that on my acrylic block. All right, we're going to just stamp randomly all over the front of this card base. mostly concentrating on the edges because the center of this won't show that much. It's going to have something covering that. But we'll go ahead and do the whole thing. Put our ink pad away. Okay, so here's our little flowers stamped all over it. I didn't worry about the center of the flowers. I just left that. So now we want to bring in our bits and pieces here. And show you which dies I used. Everything comes tumbling out here. Okay, I used this die to cut out the oval. It cuts out the rim of it and then it cuts out the middle of it at the same time. So here's the rim. I did that with the strawberry slush. I did the inner part of it with the Timid Tiger. I can think of the name. So that's going to be our framework around that. And the flowers, I cut out 2 large ones and one of the small ones that's got the inserts in them. All right, let me figure out where this goes. Oh, I got it right there. Oh, that's right. No, that's right. I'm having difficulty. Okay, there's. I got butterfingers this morning. My fingers aren't working. Okay, like that. And I've already got the flowers cut out ahead of time. So I've got 2 large ones, and these are from that one. This one's from this one. And then we cut out some leaves with the dies. And I did 5 of those, I believe. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Don't want to lose them. And then I got the centers of the flowers. And I think I'm missing one. It should have been in there. I don't see it. Okay. So there's a large one. Another large one. I know I cut 5. Where did it go? I'm not seeing it. Well, we might have to cut another one. Put these dies away so I don't lose them. And oops, I need that little center back out here. Here's the center of that little flower, and it's got a little piece on the inside. Okay. I think I'm the tip of my finger and it's bugging me. All right, let me grab my early espresso. We're going to die cut another center. I don't want to ruin a whole sheet here. Do I have any scraps? I don't see any. Well, that didn't stay very long. All right, we're going to die cut this little filler. Where did the center go? There it is. It's so tiny. You can lose that really easy. There. I'm going to bring our baby boss over here. Die cut that. Okay, we got that. That goes with that one. Let me put this aside. Gotta put this back so I don't lose it. All right, we can start assembling our card. Get everything out of my way here. All right, we're going to start with this. We're going to place that down in the center. I think I'm going to stamp my sentiment on there first in case I mess it up. Where is it here? Okay, I'm using the sentiment that came from Peace on Earth. I'm going to use the early espresso ink pad to do my stamping with. Change it out from the black a little bit. Ink that up. And we're going to stamp it upper center. All right, we're going to glue that down. I'm not going to camera view very good. Let me scooch up here a little bit. Around the edges. I'm going to turn my card so I can get it centered and straight. Looks good. And my silicone mat. I'm going to attach a rim to it. And I'm going to use my fine tip bottle. This has got my Tombow in it. Yeah. I was putting it on the wrong side. We'll put that part at the bottom. The flowers will cover that glue. I think I had too much coffee this morning. I feel like I'm a little shaky. I don't know why. I had my normal cup and a half. Probably because Jack made it a little stronger this morning. It's got more of a kick. All right, I'm going to grab my reverse tweezers and place that around our oval. And I want to do this way. That's where all the glue was at the bottom. Okay. Now we're going to work on our flowers. Got some washi tape stuck on there. I'm going to put my lid back on there. All right, and I'm going to put a drop of glue on the center of all three flowers. Just a dot, not a lot. All right, now we're going to place the center of that flower. Here's the little one. And another big one. Oops, my finger's got glue on it, stuck to me. All right, so we start assembling these. I don't think I put them on dimensionals, did I? No, I put them flat down. It'll go through the mail better that way. Okay, so kind of arrange. That one slid off. We're going to place them along the bottom. You up in the camera view here. And I got that sitting on top. Okay. All right, let's start attaching those. And I'm just going to put a little dot in the center. That way I can slide my leaves underneath them. Oh, that one moved on me too. Get back over there. Okay. All right, and then we've got our 5 leaves I cut out of garden green cardstock. And I'm going to place those on our card. My fingers aren't working today, even picking up stuff. Oopsie. There we go. On that side. And so we're doing odd numbers of the leaves. It's 5. Usually I do 3, 5. So this is taking 5 of them. Did everyone have a good weekend? Ours was good. No complaints. And the last one here, we'll put that over here, fill in that spot. Okay, so far. And then we've got a bow that I've had my white linen thread, and I just colored it with the light, where is it? Light Timid Tiger. So if you don't have the color of twine that you want, all you gotta do is take your blends and rub across it and change the color, or you could dip it into your ink itself. Refill ink. Okay, we're going to add a mini glue dot. I'm going to take your pick tool. And we're going to attach that right here. These are my glue dots that I get with my paper pumpkin kits. So they're smaller than our regular mini glue dots. So they come in handy for little twine ribbon. All right, and we've got some gems to put on there. These are the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. We're going to use the Strawberry Slush. Take your pick tool. Okay. Try and decide if I want big ones or not. Let's do 1 big one and 2 little ones. And that came undone. Let's kind of place it down there without messing up. All right, I think I'll go 2 large ones. I need more putty on my take your pick tool. It's not picking up. And then a small one can go. I think I'll put it right there. Okay, so here's the front of our card. Big hugs for a good friend. And we probably need to trim down these ties. So I'm going to just snip them off. to get it inside. Whoops. Apologize for the noisy. So our inside layer is our basic white, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And what do we want to put on the inside? Let me see. Big hugs for a good friend. Well, I don't know what sentiment I want to put on the inside. I think I'm going to leave it blank. I might just use it as a note card. So we're just going to put that inside. You can always add a sentiment later on the inside. Be sure you like and share the video. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to increase my viewership, so it'll help me a lot if you would do that. Okay, so here's our card. Big hugs for a good friend. And all those flowers. And then on the inside, just our basic white again. All right. Straighten up a bit. We'll grab our next card. So this is going to be our fall card. Oops, upside down. Move some things out of the way a little bit, make some room. All right, I'm using the artistic leaves. And this is an online exclusive, so it's not in the books. It's on the online exclusive section of my store. Or you can just put in artistic leaves. It should bring it up for you. Okay, so we're going to be using the leaves. It's a 2-step stamping. All right, we're going to start out with our early espresso card base, which again is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and then scored at 5 1/2 inches. And this is going to be our fall card. Or you could use it for Thanksgiving too. All right, don't need those yet. There's my scrap paper. So we're going to stamp the leaves first. One leaf. I need longer arms. I can't reach. Trying to grab my stamp pad. We're doing Cajun Craze. It's our ink pad. All right. I bring that scrap paper out here again. We'll use that. Try not to make a mess on my desktop. I'm going to start out with the solid image. It's our 2-step. I'm just going to stamp it off once. And stamp it onto our basic white cardstock. And then we'll do the detailed one, full strength. Turn this sideways. Now I'm trying to line them up here. Okay, like so. All right, and then we just fussy cut that because we don't have a die for that. But I think I had done that ahead of time. Didn't I? Maybe not. Well, I'm not seeing it now. I guess I didn't. Hiding somewhere? Nope. Okay, it doesn't take very long to cut out. Fussy cut. And I'm just going to go around the edges of it, leaving a small white border all around it. quiet today. I know why. My husband's not mowing. He usually does that on Mondays. He's working on his truck today. Okay. Get rid of our scraps there. Okay, so here's our leaf. But I'm going to heat emboss that with our gold embossing powder. And Grateful for You. It's right here. Let me bring my embossing toolkit over here. Okay. I think I'm going to just use the scrap paper to catch my embossing powder with. My tray looks like it might be some white in there. I don't want to cross-contaminate. All right, so we're going to use our Versamark. And we're going to use our embossing buddy to get rid of any static that might be on there. Static cling, and the oils of our fingers, or whatever. Right, and Grateful for You. It's going to be our sentiment on there. And I'm going to kind of turn that at a little bit of an angle. And we'll stamp that right across the center of our leaf. Put the lid back on my Versamark. And here's our gold embossing powder. And I got a little smudge right there. I'm going to see if I can get rid of that. Ooh. It's in a bad spot right there. We're just going to leave it. It erased my words. All right, put the lid back on. I'm going to grab my reverse tweezers to hold on to that so I don't burn my fingers. And we'll grab our heat gun. Let that warm up a second. Keep it in camera view. It takes a moment for it to heat up all the way. There it goes. It's changing it now. It's melting the embossing powder. You don't want to do too long because it could burn the embossing powder. So you want to wait just as long as it's starting to turn color, then it's done. So this is Grateful for You. I'll put this away. All right, so we'll set that aside. We're going to be working on our layers first. And did I not set layers? I know I did. Oh, where did they go? Well, I don't know where I put them. Okay, I need to show you the paper we're using is this. What did I do with my cutouts? We're using the Gathering Together Designer Series paper. It looks like I might have to cut them again. I don't know where I put them. Or did I put them back in here? I may have. Is that the right ones? No, that's not right. I don't know where I put them. That's crazy. Well, we shall do another one then. We are using this pattern on the back side and then the front side of this one. Very pretty. Okay, so paper trimmer up here. I could have swore I already cut these out, but I don't know where they went to. So we'll just cut again. All right. So number one is going to be this pattern. No. This pattern. And we want to cut that to 1.5 by 4. Okay, that's good there. Let's do the 1.5. This already measures 4 inches, so we don't have to remeasure that. That's going to go across the center of our card. And then the next layer is this pattern. Is that 4 3/4? Yep. Yeah. I forgot where I want to cut this at. Mix up here. Okay. And this one is 2 by 3 3/4. Okay. 2 3/4. I'm just going to cut that straight down. 2 inches by 3 3/4. I'll go there. And the back side we're using is going to be 2 inches by 4 3/4 inches. Okay, I'm just going to go like that. Let me remove this. We're done with that. All right, now we're going to start assembling our card. First off, we're going to add this layer. And that was 1.5 by 4 inches. Okay, and the back side's pretty too. It's got the gold foil in it. It's going to go across the center. You're going to have a little space on each side. It doesn't quite go all the way across. I'm just checking my grid marks to see if I'm straight on or not. It looks pretty good. And then next we're going to lay this layer down. I love this paper. I need to get another pack. I think I only got 1 pack of it this time. I can tell it's going to go fast. All right. Is there a wrong way or right way? I think this way is good. And it's going to straddle on the left side of that. Here's a better look at it. And then, I don't have that out here either. I must not have prepped this card yesterday. I got sidetracked, I guess. A lot of things I didn't get done. Where's the black cardstock? Right there hiding. Any scraps in here? I think that's a card base. Yeah, that's a card base. We'll save that. And use this one. Paper trimmer out again. So this is going to be 2.5 by 2.5 inches. to our 2.5, stop, turn. All right. Okay, and this is going to go on the center of that. And center that. All right, and our leaf is going to go on top of that. So you could put this up on dimensionals if you wanted to, or not. I didn't put any on mine. Okay, make sure you set them in straight. Grateful for you. And then we've got the linen thread that we've already tied a double bow with. And that's going to stick at the bottom of the leaf. And I'm using the gold and petal pink low profile dots. Got the petal pink and then it's got the gold. I'm going to use the gold because I use gold embossing powder. Well, my putty ain't looking that good here. So I'm going to place those, a large one there. And another large one up here. And another large one. We're using all the large ones. And right there is good. All right, so there's the front of our card so far. Oops, I didn't put my bow on there. I need to attach that before I lose it. A mini glue dot on the stem of the leaf. Grab our linen bow. This is a double bow that I did. All right, now it's complete. The front side anyway. All right, now we're going to grab our inside. This is 4-inch, basic white, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm going to run this DSP measures 1 3/8 by 5. Maybe 5 1/8. All right. I didn't put a sentiment on there. Grateful for you. What else could I stamp on there? I'm going to put this on that left side. Keeping a border around the 3 sides. All right, and then do I have a sentiment out here for you? Well, I'm uncertain what I'm going to put on the inside, so I think I'm going to leave this one blank too. Not sure which sentiment to use that goes with that. Grateful for you. I know I probably got something, but I didn't bring out anything for the inside. And we'll place that inside of our card. So you got a little decoration on the left side. So grateful for you. And then on the inside, that's card number 2. And then we'll go on card number 3. This is oh, there's my leaf right there. I put it in the wrong package. No wonder I couldn't find it. It's right there. I might attach that to, no, I was going to say I put it on the inside of the card, but that might be too much. All right, so this is a Christmas card. Wishing you the sweetest Christmas. May your heart be filled with joy. And it's got a little snowman at the bottom. So we're going to set that up over here. And you might remember that last year we had the sweet jar. So they brought the jar of joy out with this one this time. So we've got the 2 stamp sets to use. This is more of a Christmassy one. And then this one is just a regular everyday. Well, it could be Valentine's or St. Patrick's Day. Okay, but we're using just this one for today. And so you can get the punch. I'm not sure if I got mine with the sweet jar as a bundle, but I don't remember if it comes as a bundle with the jar of joy. But anyway, there's a punch that goes along with it. So we're going to use bring out our bits and pieces here. We'll get started. Move the punch right there. And close up my glue for a little bit. This one we're using our basic black cardstock. And this is 5.5 by 8.5 inches. And then it's scored in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. Let's burnish that fold line. And we're going to go landscape on this. All right. I did some of the prep work ahead of time on this one, so we should be okay with time-wise. We're almost an hour now, so it shouldn't take us very long. So I embossed our real red cardstock, and this measures 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And I've embossed it using the Plaster Painting 3D embossing folder. And this is what we end up with. Okay. So I'm going to start layering this. I've got our basic black. My instructions are here. I can see them there. Our basic black is 1 1/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches. That's going to go across our center of our embossed layer. And then our designer series paper, I'm using the, what is it called? Season of Elegance specialty paper. They've got the gold foil on them. Oh, you can't even see in my camera there. Let me just give you a quick glimpse of them. Very pretty. These were a carryover from our last catalog. So I don't know how long they're going to be with us, but they work really good for Christmas things, I think. Okay, let's take a sneak peek of them. Okay, and this measured 1 inch by 5 3/8 inches, and we're going to attach that to our black strip here. Use our Tombow glue. Even the backside's pretty too, but it doesn't have the shiny on there, only on the one side. Well, our nights are getting cooler here in Arkansas, but our days are still fairly good. We're in the 80s, so I can't complain about that. So okay, this is going to butt up against each side and then leave a small border on the top and the bottom of the strip. And we're going to attach that to our embossed layer. Yeah, I think I had too much coffee this morning. I even got the shakes. That don't normally happen with me. I'll blame it on Jack's coffee. Too potent today. Okay, I'm just matching up my grid lines to see if I'm straight or not. And it looks like it is fairly good. We're going to press that down. Now I bring my paper snips over here. We're going to trim this down a little bit. It's just a hair too long. And then we're going to add that to our card front. When you've got an embossed layer, you want to make sure you get up against the edges pretty good with the glue, so it doesn't lift on you. And a little extra in the middle. Bring our card base back over here. We'll attach that. We'll have a small border going around all four sides. And I smeared my glue right there, so it's okay. It'll dry, and then I'll take my eraser to get it off. Adhesive eraser. Because I kind of got carried away with the glue. Wanted to make sure. Okay, so here we have a card front. All right, and now we'll get on to our jars. And I've got scrap paper here, basic white. And here's the framework for the jar. We're going to use that. And I'm going to use a black Memento ink. And I want 3 jars. Let me see how this is going. I'm going to stamp them up here. I think we can fit 3 on here. Yeah. Just about didn't make it. It looks good. All right. And we want the snowman, the snow. Gingerbread cookie. And then wishing you the sweetest Christmas on one. All right, and I'm going to use different stamp pads here. I'm going to be using the Real Red and the Pecan Pie. All right, I'm missing, I don't have my pool party. So let me go ahead and stamp this. I'm stamping him with the black Memento ink. And put some down inside of this jar. And I've got to do this little scarf with the Real Red. I can't even see what I'm doing here. Scooch down too far. Move things up here a little bit. You can see what I'm doing. That's the whole point of this. All right, then I've got this scarf. I'm using Real Red ink pad to ink that up with. And you kind of line up the stripe in his hat. That's what the top one's for. And then it should all fall in the right places. Not bad. Alrighty. I'm going to wait with the blue for right now. I'm going to get back up in a minute and get that. But we'll go ahead and stamp the others. I'm going to do... Let's see, red. This one's the Pecan Pie. And why am I shaky? I don't know if you can see my hand shaking. All right. Close that up. And we're going to grab our Real Red. And we'll do the outline of our gingerbread man. And let me turn this so I can line up. It's off just a little bit, but it's not noticeable. All right, and then we're going to stamp our sentiment on this last one using a Real Red. All right, get these out of the way. And I'm going to grab my, I'll do that later. We'll come back to the inside afterwards. All right, so I'm going to close this up. And close up the stamp pad. And we're going to bring our punch over here. And we're going to punch these out. And put that in there. We're going to have to trim this down. All right. Now we're cooking with gas. Snowman. Our gingerbread man. And then our sentiment. All right. Okay, so here's our 3. I'm going to have to grab my pool party ink pad. Pool party. Like pool party. Okay, better. Stamp pad, which is one of our old ones, but it still works. And then our Stampin' Blend pool party. I've got the light. We're going to add that to our snow. Okay. I don't want to stamp this off, or I don't want to go full strength. I'm going to stamp off. Okay, that's enough of the snow flakes coming down. All right, then I'm going to take my pool party light. And I'm just going to trace along the snow. And go around our snowman a little bit. And I need to use the Timid Tiger light to do his nose. There. All right. So we can bring our card back over here. Start attaching to our card. Well, we punch out the top of the jars first with our basic black. A little piece here I can use. That was loud. And one more. Now, turn that off. Get into here. All right, number 3. Okay, save those, get rid of the trash. All right, then I'm going to use my fine tip glue again to glue those down to our jars. And my silicone mat is where? Well, there it is. I'm just going to run a thin line across the tops of my jars with my tiny tip bottle of glue, Tombow. Okay, put the lid back on that. Don't want it clogging up on us. And reverse tweezers here, we'll use those. Oops, thought I had a hold of it. I didn't. That on top of this one. I'm sure my head's not in the camera. Okay, those look good. All right, now the two in the background I'm going to glue directly down, so it'll be the snowman and the gingerbread boy. Using our Tombow glue. And I'm going to set him onto that DSP layer, that specialty paper. And then our gingerbread boy. Go on this side. Kind of keep an even space on each side for the jars. And then this one is going to be put up on dimensionals. And we'll put one in the middle just to make it stable. Take your pick tool to get rid of those backings. And this is going to go down, but first we're going to do a bow. Almost forgot. I made a bow out of this is the gold and silver 1/8 inch trim combo. It's the gold and the silver. This is in our last chance section, and it was $9, so it's marked down to $4.50. So I want to grab those before they're gone. I made a large bow out of the gold, and we're just going to place that down right here with our mini glue dot. And pick my ribbon up and place onto the glue dot. Did I get it, or did I get my finger? I think I mostly got my finger. And this is going to go over the top of that. Let me scooch that up just a hair higher. I'm not centering it. That's what's wrong. Okay, sort of like that. Just got a little bit of ribbon sticking out on the sides. All right, and then we also need some embellishments to go along with that. And these were last year's real red and white adhesive back peppermints, but they are back. So I'm glad they brought them back for Christmas. It works good on our Christmas cards, I think. All right, so we're going to grab some of those and place onto our card front. And I'm going to go with the medium sized and small. So I'm going to put a medium up here. Oops. And then a small one over here. And another small one at the bottom. So I guess that was a medium. This is a small. So one large, one medium, and one small of the peppermint, real red and white adhesive back peppermints. Okay, did I do anything else with this? No. We could put a little bit of Wink of Stella onto our snowman to make the snow glisten a little bit. So let's just go around the edges a little bit. Just outlining that a little bit with our Wink of Stella. I think that's good. Just a little bit of bling. Okay, then on the inside, we've got our basic white, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And what am I missing here? Nothing? Okay. On the inside, I'm going to add a sentiment and a snowman. So let's bring that snowman back over here. We'll stamp him first. And I'll put him in the bottom right-hand corner. And then we'll grab our scarf back over here and do the real red. And again, we'll match up this hat. And I think I'm going to stamp the sentiment with our real red. So we'll close up that black one. And our sentiment is going to be, may your heart be filled with joy. And off to the left side a little bit. All right, I need to color his nose again. Do a little dab of the Timid Tiger for his nose, carrot nose. Attach that to the inside of our card. Oh, it's getting warm in here. If I didn't turn my ceiling fan on, might be why I'm getting warm. Probably warming up outside too. They're only supposed to be in the low 80s today, so that's not so bad. All right. I'll turn this up and get it straight. And to one side more than the other. Do some scooching. Okay, so there's one Christmas card done. Wishing you the sweetest Christmas. And on the inside, may your heart be filled with joy, with that little snowman at the bottom corner. Okay, so that's our last card for today. Let me clear my space here a little bit, and we'll bring them all back over here. Okay, there's our first one. And our second card. Okay, now get them all in view here. And not quite. Can I put that one down there? No. My camera must be closer today that I'm not getting all of them in view here. Well, you can kind of see them. Okay, so there's our 3 cards for today. I hope you enjoyed them. Be sure that you like and share the video. And if you're watching on YouTube, click that subscribe button and the little bell, and you'll be notified when I'm going live. So I appreciate you all being here today. Our next one will be, let me grab my calendar to make sure I don't have nothing going on that I have to change. All right, Monday, September 15th at 10 a.m. Central Time. So hope you can join me then. Tell your friends about me. And until next week, y'all have a good rest of the week and get some crafting time in for yourselves. Talk at you later. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.